Well, good evening, laddies, lasses, and lassos. Welcome to the Click. You smell astounding today, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Oh, wow, Click, isn't that just a riveting video title? I haven't actually decided what the video title is yet, but I'm assuming it's riveting and just like flabbergasting. So what is going on, you might ask? Oh, let's get into the story, baby. But before we get into this whole freaking debacle, let me just say that do not go out of your way to harass anyone or mass email anyone or anything of the sort. If you do that, you're no true member of this community. You're a nasty little rascal and you deserve to be spanked, and not in the good way.
So just sit back and relax while I tell you the tale leading up to today's absolute debacle.
So, back in 2019, I decided to make a merch store. Wow, shocker, a YouTuber making a merch store. And yes, it was very modest. That's a generous way of saying pretty poo. As time went on, I started having more and more ideas about what merchandise I wanted to make. And eventually, I came to pins. These little nice things, you snip it on your shirt, they look fancy, they're shiny. The catch, though, with pins, compared to like this other print-on-demand stuff, is you have to pay up front. You have to pay for a stock of this to be produced, which means these products are a bit more risky. If you have a print-on-demand shirt and you start selling it and no one buys it, you don't really lose anything apart from maybe whatever money you were expecting to make. With a pin, you have to pay for the things to be made, and then if you don't sell anything, well, that money is gone. It was a VIP ticket to hell and a VIP ticket to horny jail. Isn't that just beautiful? They actually sold so well that my merch company reached out to me and gave me a dedicated agent. Now, at some point, not too long ago, this agent switched positions, which was a bit sad, and I never got assigned a new one, which was a little bit weird. I went from having amazing communication with this company to having basically none, which was a bit surprising. At the same time, weird things started happening, but none of these things in themselves would be enough trouble in the moment to cause like a debacle. It can always be chalked up to miscommunication or technical issues or what have you. Until this morning, I got an email that made me very flabbergasted, so I figured we would read it together. Action required. Item removal from Spring Warehouse. And when I first read this, I figured, oh, did something get taken down for some copyright misunderstanding? Or maybe it's a specific hoodie they're no longer gonna produce and I have to swap the design from this hoodie to this hoodie. Not a big deal. Let's see what they have to say. Sent to me, let's see, 5 days ago, sent to hi. What? Sent the Friday, January 6th, sent to poorly made police memes. Okay, so this email got sent to like first an address that doesn't exist, which is called hi, and then sent to a meme page, and then finally forwarded to me? Okay, good communication. Hello there. Happy New Year. It's Blorp from the Spring Warehouse. With the new year comes changes at Spring and Amaze. We're moving to a new printing facility to provide better print-on-demand services in 2023. The new facility will have reduced capacity for inventory custom products, and we are required to remove old or slow-moving SKUs from our storage and fulfillment services. Your item, VIP Ticket to Hell Lapel Pin, has 711 units remaining. Would you like us to donate this product to charity or ship the stock back to you at your expense? Please respond within 5 working days, which is actually 4 working days when this email arrived. Otherwise, we will donate or destroy the product at our discretion. Kind regards. So, the reason I find this a little bit outrageous is because remember what I mentioned previously, the pins aren't print-on-demand products. This is stuff that I have already paid for. And you're giving me 2 very nice options here. Number 1, you can send it to my house and I pay for the shipping for the pins I've already paid for. And somehow I'm supposed to sell these 711 pins out of my freaking bedroom, basically. I'm not entirely sure that's supposed to work. Or number 2, they could just be destroyed or maybe donated to a charity. I don't actually know which charity, which would be nice to know because some charities aren't that great, fam. But you know, it's a bit of a coin toss, so yay indeed. And what I find the most surprising about this, I think, is that there isn't an option to just pay a little bit to send it to the new warehouse. So essentially for this product, they're asking me to just light the whole inventory on fire. And then I'm supposed to buy it again for the new warehouse instead of just sending it over. That's not an option? No? So I sent them a reply to this email, and I said, "Hi, Blorp. I just have to confirm that you're actually being serious with this inquiry. You're asking we give up a full stock of products that have been selling well for a good 2 years, a product that we restocked 1,000 units of very recently, because you decided to move factories with absolutely no heads up or previous communication. I just need confirmation that you're actually being serious regarding this request." Well, past click, calm down there. Well, in my defense, I got this email right before lunch and I was hungry and cranky. But I do think my reaction and level of flabbergasting still holds some sort of value. Like, to explain this, we had been restocking this product over and over and over again with like 400, 500, 600 pieces, and we finally decided to stock it with 1,000 to make it last a bit longer, and also it's a little bit cheaper to print larger numbers. And when we did this about 2 months ago, there was no communication that they were moving warehouses. There was no communication where they weren't going to be able to store it or anything like that. They just said, yeah, 1,000 is good. Go for it, baby. And then this happens, and they're just gonna just gonna destroy thousands of dollars of merchandise that I've already paid for. What? So at this point, I'm essentially forced to lose money, right? That's the situation they have put me in, which is kind of nasty if you ask me from a business partner. But I have 2 tangible options that they have offered me with. Number 1, I can send all the products to myself and have them sit in a closet, like here, and I can try to sell them somehow without even having a store page for them. Not entirely sure why this is even, considered a solution. Number 2, I can let the company just destroy it or whatever, and that isn't too fancy, is it? It's product that I would like my fans to have. I would like to be able to sell them because it is a business and I paid for them. So both these options are really weird. But lo and behold, I have a third option that I just forcefully crammed into this nice little quiz myself. Oh yes, indeed. My option number 3. The pin is now linked on the top of the description, and I have, as the making of this video, reduced the price of this pin to basically nothing. It costs like $2 a pop, which is absolutely nothing. I'm actually selling these pins with a loss. Why am I doing this? Because I don't like this. Because it's BS. And I would much rather turn this little weird situation about this company not being able to plan their warehouse stockings, instead of having them destroy all my merchandise that is already paid for and printed, I would much rather my fans be able to grab it for a very, very discounted rate. That sounds like a much better solution, to be honest. Ho-ho! Click from the future here, you can tell because my tie is a little bit loose. While rendering this video, they actually got back to me with an email, and it reads as follows. "Hello, Mark. I understand your disappointment. I have spoken to the team and we will move your stock to the new facility. Would you be happy with a 90-day period to sell out your item? Thank you." Alrighty then. I replied with, "Hi, why was this option not communicated initially? Seems like gross disregard for your creators and their money. What happens after those 90 days? And I sat down for a bit. And I thought about this, because technically this addresses the issue, and it actually is one of the solutions that I would have liked to be presented with initially. But the fact remains that these people would still have destroyed my entire inventory if I just happened to have missed one of their emails, or if I was out of town for 4 days, or if it ended up in spam. They were so ready to just destroy items I had paid for producing for thousands of dollars. Like this? It is such complete disregard, and just because they back off now because I put my foot down doesn't necessarily make me trust them anyway. Cease! I see you there in the back writing that comment. But click, aren't you breaking contracts by not selling merchandise you're collaborating with without the profit? Well, actually no. I've already paid for these pins myself, so the company's already accounted for, and I can make as crappy business deals for myself as much as I want. I am entitled to sell things for a loss if I so please. Isn't that a doozy? But I think it's also a good lesson for smaller creators and people that are just getting started with stuff like this. Having anything in stock or anything you have to pay for before it actually ships and stuff like that is very risky, because stuff like this can happen. Now, in my personal opinion, what this company has done now is kind of bad. I wouldn't expect this from a business partner. It's a very strange decision to take, and it's a very strange decision to take and only give your business partner that has been with you for like 3 years only 4 days heads up, and they're like, "Hup-de-dup-de, we're just gonna destroy all your items if you don't respond in 4 days." People could literally be on vacation in that time frame and just miss this and have their stock worth thousands of dollars just destroyed. What kind of relationship is this? This is garbage. So for my own sake, I'm not particularly worked up about it or anything. I much rather just see the product reach people that will enjoy them. So feel free to grab a bunch in the description. They're really freaking cheap. Go, yeah, boy. But I suppose the thing that feels offensive to me mainly is how it can affect other people. If this has happened to me, it most likely happens to other people as well. And imagine you're a small business who just paid a few $1,000s down payment for a stock of items, and now you can't even sell it. Now the store shuts down, you have to sit with it in your own living room, or they just burn it. Like, that can destroy a small business. That is absolutely bonkers. That is so bad. I would also like to reiterate, do not harass anyone because of this video. Mistakes are made, poor communications happen. I don't agree with this decision, but if you harass anyone because of it, you're no better yourself. I would never condone anything like that. Don't ever do it. This is just me bringing awareness to stuff that can go wrong in this business. Be careful if you pay for some kind of stock of items. And also to tell anyone, go in the description and buy all the pins before they're burned. Like the RVIP tickets to hell, but that doesn't mean you should literally burn the pin. It's a good pin. It's really cheap. Go get it. Thank you all so much for your continued support of this channel. I really appreciate you. It's because of your support and because you guys are so amazing that stuff like this doesn't end up doing as much harm as it would normally do. And I'm incredibly grateful to be in such a position where we can turn something bad like this into something positive. Thank you all so much, and I will see you in the very next video. Take care, you beautiful beans. Mwah.